Mad God. Um, 2021 summary for this film. A corroded diving bell descends amidst a ruined city, and the assassin emerges from it to explore a labyrinth of bizarre landscapes inhabited by freakish denizens. Written and directed by Phil Tippett, who is a visual effects mastermind. If you look up his IMDb, like Jurassic Park, I'm not gonna list off all his credits. There's a ton of them.
Yeah.
RoboCop, I believe, is in there. Um, Jason, what do you have?
Tagline: A journey beyond your wildest nightmares. Distributed and streaming on Shudder.
Okay. Now, I think this is going to be an interesting conversation. I think it's going to be split. So let's try a different way this time. Let's start with Dave and go backwards from what we normally do. How's that?
Okay.
All right. I don't know how you guys are familiar with Phil Tippett, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I knew of him.
I looked up his
like,
credentials.
He's also like I feel like he's found some resurgence lately with that meme that he worked on Jurassic Park. He worked with Stan Winston, the dinosaurs, and his credit was the dinosaur supervisor, which became like this whole thing where like, come on, Phil, you had one job, you know. And this man is he's a monster maker through and through. Like that's all he's done. That's like he is just like to the likes of Tom Savini, he just wants to make these monsters. And he created this movie specifically I think post I want to say like even post Empire. He worked a lot on Empire Strikes Back, specifically the Tauntaun.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was all him.
He made that big robot and the big robot in RoboCop, right? Did he help design?
Yeah. No.
He
It was
did that-
RoboCop. It was RoboCop. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he made Ed 209. Yeah.
It's even that
Right.
is in this movie, isn't it? Like, isn't it like in the background?
For sure.
Somewhere, yeah. It's
Mhm.
either a scrap or a picture. Like he says he's in a scrap pile or something. I'm sorry. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah, go,
Yeah, no.
Dave. I am sorry.
No. Go for it. I like this conversation. I like he's a special effects artist, but also a very old school special effects artist too. Because if you know the history of Jurassic Park, Spielberg was originally going to do all the dinosaur stop motion before CG really came in and of being, like before it became a thing. And he had stop motion Tyrannosaurus Rex, like he had everything there, pre-viz, ready to go. And Spielberg was like, hey, we're going a different direction. I want to say the Triceratops in that scene with Laura Dern was primarily him. But he felt like, you know, there was a transition of technology there where he almost felt antiquated. And I just feel like obviously he's an influence of Harryhausen, and you know, he's still like he obviously still has a place in creating movie monsters, and that's what I love about the guy. Because he's always been around for massive films, like every major, like ILM, any Stan Winston production, he was there. And I think this was Mad God in particular was his passion project. It was like his
30 years.
Yeah.
yeah. It was something he's been thinking about for a long time. And it took him a long time too, because I mean, stop motion, goddamn, like it takes so much, and it kind of brings me back. I'm not such a fan of The Office, but there's that one episode where Adam Scott loses his job and like tries to create a stop motion like diorama, and he's like, can a depressed person do this? And when they showed it, it was like 4 seconds long and then it stopped. I just thought that was fucking hilarious. And yeah, no, Phil Tippett makes it all the way. He's always been there. I really don't think he's gotten his like accolades as much as he possibly could, because he is such a creative being, you know, with this one. But in terms of Mad God, I mean, this was obviously a labor of love to him. It has a narrative, but it's a loose narrative, I feel. Like it doesn't have any lines of dialogue, but I mean, there's a lot of movies that you could contribute being, or like can revere as being a fantastic films, like not like silent films that they're working in like the, you know, in the 1930s or whatever, but this one really just seemed like gritty. It felt dark. It felt lived in. You could tell that he put, like, there were little Easter eggs, like what'd you guys say before? What was the
robot from RoboCop
RoboCop.
was in the background.
Yeah.
I think there was also one from like Stargate too that I think
there was
picked
a
up.
giant alien skull too. I thought was from one of the
Oh, fantastic! As he
There's
was going
so
down,
much stuff hidden.
Yeah. So it was clearly like calculated as much as he, you know, and God knows how long that was shot at that time. And really, I'm just so glad he finished it. It's a special movie that I think everyone should see. It's gritty. It's disgusting. There was that like Counting Point, the surgery scene where they were ripping things out of a person, but the blood was so dark, but they were also ripping like books out of him. They were ripping jewelry out of this person.
The assassin.
Yeah. And a lot of it felt like almost like a Terry Gilliam film too. Especially like Brazil, where you just have this like complete world that you're just escape to. It's really fantastic, and I'm glad he got to do it. But yeah, I'd love to hear your words as well.
Well, what
would you rate
it?
Yeah,
out of 10.
Out of 10. I mean, I hate reading movies like this, but like, I mean, for him, like, this is a 10. Like, you know, he like, this is a passion project. You can tell he put love into this. You can tell he like had a very calculated vision. He just really, you know, with all his experience too, like he's done so much, and you can tell this was just like from a workshop that he had and got a bunch of friends. You know, it's also mixed media too, so he had actors in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like really appreciate someone that is willing to compose art for the sake of art rather than some sort of you know, capitalistic gain or anything like that. And you really got to give it to him.
Right on. Ray?
For sure.
Yeah, so I'm gonna agree with Dave. I really liked this. I wasn't expecting what I got, I'll be honest with you, but it did remind me a lot. There was a very silent film feel to it because of the no dialogue really. And there's I think he utter the mad god himself utter something at one point. I could be wrong, but I thought he said something at one point. But the rest of the movie is just basically quiet, and there is a narrative. I know some people are going to say that there isn't, but I felt like there was. I saw this mad god is sending these creatures he creates down into this world to retrieve something that he needs, what that is up to your interpretation of it, I feel. So, but I loved, I thought it was darkly beautiful. It had this like Dave was saying, this disgusting vibe going. I mean, there were so many things in the background. There's a level where there's like this little guy's going down and there's like shit, like these guys are being electrocuted. Shit is coming out of them.
Mhm.
It's going into the mouth of this thing, which is going into tubes, which is feeding. Now, I don't want to turn people off. That's in the background. I mean, it wasn't like, but
Yeah.
Wait
it's,
till you see what was in the front
It's
of it.
in your face.
Yeah, what do you see in the front?
Like it's in your face. though.
yeah, but there were some things I really wanted to point out too that I thought were just amazing. Like I said, the descending giant alien skull where he's descending, I thought that was
Mhm.
just visually amazing. I felt like this whole thing needs to be a video game. Like I really was like,
Oh,
I'd
that
like
would
to
be good.
play this.
That would be
You know,
It's like Earthworm Jim's nightmare.
Yeah,
I
Like
love
it's-
it. I love
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
The where's that at here? I love the live action and stop motion blend, like you were talking about. I could have done without that crying baby, though. I'll tell you that fucking much. Like that went on for like I was like, I gotta fucking mute this. I don't know what's happening until. But once that crying baby part was over, I still enjoyed it. I think this is experience should be experienced by everybody. I think if you have Shudder, you should watch this and make your own interpretation of it and see if you like it. It's definitely not going to be for everybody. I'll tell you that right this second. I know people that I work with that watched it and were like, that was fucking terrible. And I'm like, no, I will argue with them. I think that there's a love for this kind of stuff that this guy has that I don't normally, like you're saying, Harryhausen, right? That you're right. That's that level. Like this guy loves this
Yeah.
stuff. You can tell it.
For sure.
And there was some things in it too that I thought were amazing, but it just seemed to go on a little too long for my taste. Like I thought that descent in the car was really cool looking, right? Into that
Oh,
like
yeah.
pyramid, just really neat. And I love the little guys. I love they're just looking at these maps that are falling apart for whatever. They're super cool stuff. But that some of it just seems to go on too long. It's like, let's make this 2 hours kind of thing. But
Mhm.
I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. I think everybody should experience it. You should watch it at least one time, and
Watch
see
it with
what
your
you-
lover.
Watch it with your lover. If you're in a throuple, watch it with all three people. That's what I'm saying. You
Watch
Oh
it
my
with
God.
your thrubbers.
Dude, throw in
Yeah.
your sister wives. Like everyone, just let's.
Just
Yeah.
go
Party
get your
and
go
watch
get your
this.
stepmom or your
or
stepsister.
your brother, husbands, whatever you're into. I'm just
Your
saying.
mom's best friend. Go for it.
Go get
I
your
don't care.
stepsister out of the dryer
I
because she's
thought
stuck. I know she is.
Stepmoms always get stuck in the dryer.
Hey, man, get her out of there, man.
But anyways, I liked it a lot, Dave. So I'm with you on it. So
Yeah.
John, what do you
And-
say?
Oh, go, Dave.
I also want to say that like a lot of mainstream films now have such polished CGI that seems so clean and just I don't know, bland, I guess is the way I call it. But like this film just felt lived in. It felt like, especially when he was going in that like very dystopian city where he was like trying to run up that motorcycle, and there were just so many little details of the entire thing, like not even just that part that like
I was thinking
like,
that
it
during
just-
that part, it would have been really cool if they would have put in Kate Bush's running up that hill. Really put something to it because that's what everything is now, right?
Oh,
yeah.
master of puppets.
So, anyways, where were we at, John?
John, yeah.
Yeah. So, when I saw the trailer, I think I remember seeing like the first clip of this like years ago because he released. I saw it like I read it. He released 3 clips at certain periods of time, like years ago. But that's all it was.
I believe it was
And he
a
kickstarted the
Kickstarter,
rest.
right? Yeah.
And he kickstarted the rest. So
Frank,
me,
you don't know. You.
Oh yeah.
Frank, you don't know
I
what
was
to say.
muted.
All right.
Sorry. I was gonna say
Oh.
it confused the shit out of a lot of people because there were people that were like, "Hey, I already saw this," like years ago or whatever.
you right.
I like that I was
the-
just over here doing
Yeah,
this.
you look like you were just
Oh yeah.
I thought you were yelling at your kids or
yeah,
something.
really agreeing
Get
with
outta
what you
here.
were saying.
Yeah.
Hey, believe me, it wasn't
getting
brand
it.
new for him.
Yeah. This was definitely a labor of love. This was his art. This is what he wanted to create. This was damn the torpedoes, I'm making like a tapestry of hell if I want, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna do this. Thank you. The credits is huge. If you watch all the credits,
Oh,
like
yeah.
all tons of Kickstarter names, you know what I mean? Like, so people wanted this for him, and that was awesome to see. I love a good animation. I especially love stop motion animation, and everything was blended pretty seamlessly together. So I watched it twice, and then I reviewed it on my second time because there's just no way. So much went down. It was like an orgy of madness for my eyes. Like, it was crazy. I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch it again. And I was like a fucking stenographer. I was typing my thoughts as shit was going down. So my review's like 5 pages long. So I had to like highlight something, I was like, okay, this was cool. So yeah, it was a really macabre masterpiece. I really liked, I said Earthworm Jim's nightmare before, but this is more like a Tool video's nightmare.
I was thinking Tool video
Like,
the
yeah,
whole time.
yeah. So the part that I liked a lot, I love the assassin story. The guy, all right, the human, he's credited as the last man, not God. So
Oh,
I had to look that up too, because I had that same thought. I thought he
Yeah.
was God sending dudes down to blow something up. He was arming them,
right. Well,
Mhm.
it seemed like he needed something. That's why I was like, he was needing something from there. That's what I took.
I think there's
Yeah.
a lot of different interpretations on what's going on.
I
'cause
thought it was where they were
what-
supposed to place the bomb.
what I read
That's what I thought.
online was nothing at all what I thought was going on at all. And I mean, I'm like, okay, well, clearly this is just everyone takes from it what they will, and the
Oh,
plot,
yeah.
the plot is fluid enough. There's nothing there really. You're filling a lot of stuff in. It's like
It's more of like
It's
a living anthology.
it kind of guides you
Kind of.
down a narrative, but you decide what happens. So
Yeah.
Again, the man's not a writer.
no, which he would have
Nah.
benefited from, I believe.
This is like different exhibits. That's why this is like different art installations that they're going down through, it seems. You know what I
Certainly.
mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why I said it's like a living anthology. And what was I really liked one of the most beautiful shots. The cratered battlefield. I think he's in the Jeep. The assassin's in the Jeep. It might even be like the second assassin.
See, you keep calling them that, and I'm like, no, they're explorers.
No,
I'm getting real
they're
mad about it.
credited as assassins. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
they
care
are.
what they
like
say.
assassins.
No, I'm just-
They had briefcase bombs.
Yeah.
So,
they had to have
anyways,
weapons to do what they needed to do to get the stuff.
whatever that was, he's in that cratered battlefield. Oh, he just passed all them old style, but somehow futuristic tanks. They
Oh,
were
yeah.
like steam. You know what I'm talking about? Those
Steampunk.
Yeah,
big,
they look like
big-
steampunk. Yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
Mhm.
The atomic bombs going off, and it was like
In
that.
the background. Yeah.
And that famous crossroad. That's like the crossroad you always see, like the blues players or whoever wanted to make a deal with the devil to learn how to play. That's
Right.
that's every time it's depicted, it looks almost exactly like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I really like that. It was just a real pretty shot. I like the remote control miniatures. For that, it's simple. All it is just all right, remote, zzz, but it's still effective. It's really cool. That Ray, you mentioned that that square spiral staircase
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
down. So cool. But Jesus, did it give me vertigo.
Right.
Holy shit. Like
Yeah.
it was, and just seeing it, it's like I know it was miniatures, but you know, you're supposed to imagine it's full size stuff. He's treading.
Every time he's taking that corner, I'm like, no, no, no.
Oh my god, I know. It was nerve wracking.
That's the power of his art, man. That's what
Yeah.
he does.
So
Oh God.
long story short, the final story is the one that that really hit me was spoiler alert if you'll even understand out of context what the hell I'm even
Can't
going to say,
spoil this
listeners.
movie.
Yeah.
Is the-
So like the Mad God, after that final assassin explorer assassin,
AKA Indiana Jones.
he's got the
Yeah.
case to collect gems.
He's
it's
collecting what he needs.
It belongs
my
in a museum.
God.
Yeah.
Oh my god, so do you. So that assassin had that hairy baby that looked like the Ganon from that Zelda Skyward Sword, I think. You had to go back and fight that big fuzzy
Ganon.
mouth, pretty much. Is it like yeah, play the game, you'll understand what I'm talking about. So they crushed that thing into a goo that they then turn into an iron bar,
Yep.
and they smash that, blow it out
Into
into the
dust.
ether. So they're like they're the mad god, or one of them's a mad god, because they keep making these things.
I'm a mad god.
Yeah. No, so it's like that whole thing came in where it's like everything kept repeating itself no matter how much they tried. And
Right.
that was such a nod to 2001 Space Odyssey.
Boy,
Those are
I'll tell you what,
monoliths.
I feel
Like
exactly
landing
the
and
same
stuff?
way about that movie as I do about this one. That's crazy.
Oh,
That's
Oh, great.
I have Kubrick on my wall. So
Yeah.
I mean
I know.
that'll tell you something.
All right. Well, okay, cool. So like I like that it was cyclical, but it was just sad at the same time, because as soon as it got the humans, they were just, dicking each other over, killing each other, and all this just started again. Like I'm sure there's some meaning I with the bombs. I don't know. They weren't there. They were there to destroy stuff. But they just, but the time, that's the only thing. Why else would they have a briefcase with a bomb in it?
I
They
don't
ain't
know.
collecting shit except bodies.
Their
And it's a
bodies,
one-way trip.
as they're being dissected, they've got like treasures in their bodies. So I don't know. I
Yeah,
thought they were
think about
using-
this.
that
If you
was
think-
nuts.
If you
Oh
think
my
about this too
God.
much, you will go crazy.
Yeah.
If you try to like
Oh yeah.
unravel this,
I
and
mean,
go
the real
online,
mad god is Phil Tippett. That's the real mad god. He created all this.
Yeah.
So I think it was maybe a little bit autobiographical and a labor of love. He's just like, I want to tell a fucked up story with fucked up
And-
monsters.
Also, I feel like it was a very esoteric movie anyway. I mean, they tried to have this preamble with the scrolls, which were pretty much unintelligible. I mean, it didn't even give you a reason. Like, it didn't give you time enough to kind of digest what that whole thing was. And the entire
tower
time,
was
they
the-
were just pulling out scrolls.
That was the
So
Tower of Babel. That was the Tower
Yeah,
of
no,
Babel.
it was the Tower of Babel, but even then, like there were scrolls around, and a lot of these maps just like they just look cool, Like I really don't think the underlying narrative is really what matters in this movie. I think it's more of like an overall experience and something you should feel rather than follow.
Oh yeah, but there's still some meaning in something. You know what I
sure.
mean? Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
definitely
better fucking
It's
be
just-
30 years.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh yeah, it was like 30 years of madness all in your face for
As somebody
Yeah.
who writes stories, I don't think I'd get away with that if I just threw a bunch of words on a page, though.
No,
Like,
no,
True,
Right.
true,
right.
true.
Right.
But also, words
Imagine
at
writing
the-
this. Imagine the novelization of this movie.
Oh my god. Big titty ass butcher comes out and chops something up. Like,
Yeah.
like okay.
Well, yeah,
What?
also, the titty monsters had tits where they shouldn't be.
It was so funny.
Like all these monsters had just like weird.
Nah,
like why?
yeah,
I
hey,
it was
felt
a
I felt
big
bad for
hell
the I felt bad for the
Sydney.
hair people. They had a tough life.
Which were the hair people?
They were
The
like
shit
little
people,
tiny
the little drones.
They're like the little slaves, I guess. They were
Oh, I
cleaning the
called
little
them
city
shit
up.
little
people.
Sprite guys.
Oh, they look like little hairballs to me. I don't
Yeah, they look like shit people because that's
know.
what they are. They're shit people. They're like
Oh, they're
shit
shit people.
drones.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're my shit people.
John, did you give this a rating?
Yeah, it's it's a mad film. It's mad. It's madness. Everyone will view this differently. No, not everyone will like this movie. You gotta like special effects and weird shit. I gave it a 10. It was really good.
Wow. So what do we have here? We got 3 10s. Is that what
No, I have an 8. I said 8.
Oh, okay.
I said it went on too long for me. It had a muddled storyline,
Yeah.
and the baby crying for 20 minutes
There we go.
literally drove me nuts. So, but
All
I
right.
liked everything else about it. So.
Got it.
Probably
Jason.
drove Phil nuts too.
Well,
Yeah.
I gotta get this damn thing
Seriously.
done.
Yeah.
No, Phil Tippett he went to a mental hospital for a while because he couldn't finish the movie. Yeah.
Well, I didn't mean that, Phil. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe it made him crazy too, because
Yeah.
maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
Could have.
I don't know.
Jason.
He
we're on
didn't
to- Jason.
I had a totally different experience than everyone so far. I mean,
Uh-oh.
the fact that we've even
My guy.
spent this much time talking on this is the most boring show that we've done yet. Like if you notice in the beginning, I felt myself slide down in the couch. I look at and I was like, Jesus, you can barely see me. Like I got the same feeling listening to you guys talk about this movie as I did watch it. Like I was over after the first 10 minutes.
Oh,
Like
I'm sorry.
Listen, there's nothing personal. Just listen for a second. No, like here's my notes for this movie. Like I wrote down nothing.
Oh, I got
Like,
plenty of stuff.
no, listen, it's nothing's wrong with it. It's extremely cool to look at, and if just listening to you guys talk, really the only thing you kept saying was how cool everything looked. It does look cool. Like this is amazing. Like this dude's talent is. I haven't seen anything like this. I would absolutely love to see him like scale this back, like
team up with a writer,
50%, and then yes, get some story, get a good, like, oh my God, how great that would be.
Mm-hmm.
This is a showcase for him. This is look what I can do, and he nails it, and no one can do it better than him. It's his showcase. It's his display. And I think is it just like a collection of stuff that he's done over?
Yeah, I think he was working with like
years?
artists. He was working with like art students and stuff to make this. So yeah.
So he just had a bunch of badass stuff laying around, and he made something badass out of it. But it's cool to look at it the whole time. Well, the first 10 minutes, I'm thinking, yep, this is a Tool video, and even Tool videos like. After 5 minutes, it's like, all right, let's wrap this video. Like it's cool to look at, but like I saw everything that I think I needed or wanted to see in the first 20 minutes. So, and what was this runtime? Because it seemed like it was
like 80.
An hour and 23.
Seemed like 2 hours to me. Like I lost interest in it. So I'm assuming there is no absolute meaning to this. Everybody seemed to like take different parts stuck out to people, and another part was stuck out to someone else. Like it seems like you picked out highlights, and now you try to piece something together. Yeah, cool to look at. I absolutely recommend starting it. If you can finish it, cool. If you can enjoy 20 minutes of it and then you're done, who gives a shit? It's on Shudder, $5 a month. Who cares?
Right.
I don't even know how to rate this because, like I said, it wasn't a movie to me. It was just a a cool thing to
It's
look
art.
It's like a painting.
It's an art film.
at. It is. This is absolutely This is absolutely art. So I don't even know how to rate it as a movie. I guess I'm gonna rate it on like the first 20 minutes. I thought it was like a 6 or 7. It was cool. I was into it. It grabbed me right away. I was like just amazed by it, and then it just fell apart for
Just
me.
kept
So
going.
let's just say 6. I'll call it a 6. It's a 6. It's respectable.
All right.
Just kept going.
Hey, you
All
can't
right,
look at the
Frank.
painting for too long, right?
Yeah. It's like, it's like a Joe Satriani video. Like it, you can put it in your VCR, right? But it's 60 minutes of Joe Satriani playing fucking guitar. It's great. He's great, but you only really want 5
He's
minutes.
amazing.
Mhm.
But
If he shirts up during it, though, I'm down.
I did not enjoy any. Like I said, it was like a Tool music video without the Tool. But
That's so reductionist though for shit like that.
It is.
Ah.
It is.
But
It's-
when I
ah.
when I had the experience I had with it, Dave, that's all it was. I mean, it was cool to look at. I would totally put this on in the background and play my own music.
We briefly talked about some mushrooms at some point
Yeah,
tonight.
there you go.
This movie. That's what this movie's made for, right there.
Yeah.
Good-
And
good
I feel
psychedelics.
I feel the way that
Tell me what it means.
when you guys when we reviewed Tetsuo the Iron Man, or what was that what it was called? And
Mhm.
I liked it a lot, and you guys thought it was something you just put on it, in the background or whatever because it
Never.
looked cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's how I feel about this.
Never.
Kind
I
of
was
makes
really-
me sad a little bit.
I was really having a hard time staying awake through it. 9 minutes in, I was like, I think I officially hate this. Like, because I was
I wasn't quite that.
I was
wasn't quite
totally
there.
cool with it until it started robbing me of lifetime. I was like, I'm almost 40. It's killing me. But
You chose.
I don't care what hidden messages are in it. It's handcrafted, visual, beautiful art. But like it
It's
is
not
like
a hidden message though. It's what you get
well,
out
I
of
don't
it.
I don't want to do work. I want him to write a story, Dave, and give it to me. I don't want
It would be
I don't-
amazing.
Cool.
It would be
All right,
amazing.
great.
though.
It deserves an artisan of similar level craftsmanship to write it. He's not a writer. He didn't write anything. That's all I'm
But
saying.
but a craftsman?
He's
Are you
he's
kidding me?
he's a craftsman of the
Well, yeah,
No,
that's a compliment.
He's a mass
Yeah, that's a
professional.
compliment.
he's he's the best at doing that thing. But I don't want to, like you said, you can only stare at a painting for so long, and you're like, well, I'm done at this. I've done it.
Yeah.
And after for working on it for 30 years, he should have had somebody writing it with him. He should have had a buddy that was right there going, we need to work this out and figure it out. But I do like the visual style. The appearance of the creatures are really cool. I think it insists upon itself a little bit. It wants me to fucking do this. Like Randy said, he couldn't just write a bunch of words on the page and say, figure them
I
out.
can't believe you said
Yeah.
it. That's awesome.
It
It insists upon itself.
So I did not care for it.
I did not care. I like
yeah,
the
but
money
Jason
pit.
said this is a
That is my answer
showcase.
to that.
This is the perfect stop motion animation. It doesn't get better than that. But like I feel the same way I feel about 2001 or Beyond the Black Rainbow. It's cool to look at. It's cool to be able to reference it. So you're right. You should see it and make your own opinions about it. It's like a painting, check it out, whatever. But it's like a hollow Easter bunny to me. It's chocolate. It looks like it's a solid piece of chocolate. There's nothing there.
Literally,
Those are the worst.
none of you got a message out of any of it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I got-
None of you.
I mean, I did, but
Nothing.
like it's been done time and time again, the same sort of message. It's basically an allegory for any sort of religious whatever, this and that in life and existence. And I've tripped out before.
It couldn't hold my interest for me to figure it out.
I've watched.
you got to
all these
admit
things,
that
yeah.
it's
Oh, well,
gotta-
that's an
it's
attention
difficult.
span issue.
I think
absolutely.
Walmsley got it when he said that it means that everything comes back around. It's all going to repeat
Yeah.
itself. So
Right. It's
Right?
just a same allegories that's been
Yeah.
done time and time again. I want to see this guy make an Oddworld movie. I think he would do fucking great.
Ooh,
Can you
yeah, he
imagine that?
I'd pay
That's-
$14 to see that in the theater.
But
for
like,
sure.
Hell
think-
yeah.
You know, I think that
Oh,
I don't.
yeah, intellectual property. Let's go for it.
Anytime that, anytime that
his own
I-
movie then. Huh?
anytime that I have to fill in anything, I don't want to do that because I can. If I want to write my own story, I can fucking do it. I'm trying to right now. I'm trying to write one for Ray's next book, but I can't fucking get past the writer's block. You know.
Oh, call Phil Tippett. He might help you out.
Are you angry, Dave?
No, no,
I
no,
think
no,
we
no,
broke
no,
his
no.
heart.
No, I'm not angry. We're having a conversation. I'm never
I
angry.
don't know
I'm never
what you're
angry,
feeling.
man.
It seems like I crushed your heart.
Dave's like, call, Dave's like, call Phil Tippett.
We're
up."
sitting there pretty broken-hearted looking.
That's why I
No,
wanted
it's
to
just
do it
like-
backwards this time for this one
I want to
specifically.
pat you on the back, Dave. I want to
So-
like just tell you it's
No,
gonna be
Call Phil
okay.
Tippett and tell
I
him
didn't
about
wanna-
You
it,
guys are
bitch.
fine.
Imagine
You guys
if
are
I
entitled to your opinion. That's
Imagine,
fine. Like,
imagine how Dave would
do
have
you
been.
really think I get mad at someone
No,
saying
no,
this thing?
no,
like,
but
you
imagine,
look that way.
no.
imagine your
You look
energy.
like someone kicked Walter.
Imagine your energy if I had dropped this review first and then you would have went last. You
Oh,
would have
dude.
been you would have been an upset person, Dave.
No, it would have been defense mode. And just
I do really like that Shudder's doing this kind of stuff. You know, different weird stuff. But I gave this a 3. So that's just me, guys. That's just me. But
all right. Now I'm mad at you. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Dude.
but you know,
It insists upon itself.
there's been movies that I've said gave a 1 before and said that they needed to.
He was
needed-
waiting to pull that one
Dude,
out.
I cannot wait to tell my wife that fucking drop on the show because nope, I'm not kidding. We say that at least once a week in this house.
You know, when I wrote
Like,
it down,
oh,
I forgot that it's a fucking Family Guy thing. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I can't.
Well-
I'm cutting out now. I'm
Wait,
getting
wait.
cut out.
Wait, what?
It's just so funny. I love it. I'm sorry.
was he
That's a
talking about?
special- that's
I
a
don't
special
care,
Godfather?
character.
dude.
Was he talking about
He
Godfather?
was talking about The Godfather. Yeah.
Yeah, they're ready to
He's
they're
the-
ready to drown, right?
I love the
Isn't
money
that-
pit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the money pit. That
Oh,
is
yeah.
my
Yeah,
answer.
that's right.
Yeah, that is my answer.
Okay.